It's a true story. There's a documentary about it. The story's better than the documentary. It's called Searching for Sugar Man. Do you remember the story of Searching for Sugar Man?
Of course.
So there's this guy named Rodriguez, right? He's a Mexican dude. And he's a singer, songwriter, sort of a folk artist around the Bob Dylan era, right? Around the time of Bob Dylan and his superstardom. So they're like, this dude, this Mexican guy is the next like Bob Dylan. And they put out an album, Rodriguez. And no one gives a fuck about Rodriguez. Someone had that album and brought it to South Africa, and it related to everybody there in South Africa and the apartheid and everything they were going through politically, culturally, and in their life. So it resonated with all the people of South Africa. They started printing it out there. They started spreading it, playing it on radio. It became the biggest thing going. But this is pre-internet, guys. This is the 60s, right? So Rodriguez is here in the States, living in a fucking little Mexican village. And he's like, I get the country was just not ready for Rodriguez. Meanwhile, in South Africa, everyone's like, Rodriguez, who is this guy? He speaks to our hearts, to our souls. Rodriguez becomes as big as Elvis. He's the Beatles. He is Bob Dylan of South Africa. But he doesn't know. Because he's in America, pre-internet. Yeah. Legend grows. We need more Rodriguez. So they get their hands on as much Rodriguez as they possibly could. They're distributing it. They're printing albums. He's a legend. But the legend in South Africa was he died in a plane crash. Man, Rodriguez died. Man. Sucks. But he's a legend. And he was their guy. Years later, it wasn't until like 1990-something, maybe even 2000-something. If you want to look it up, Spot, be my guest. Years later, it comes to his attention that he is a legend in South Africa. And he's like, what? Yeah, you are like Elvis. You're like Michael Jackson of South Africa. He's like, what do you mean? The people of South Africa are then told, Rodriguez is alive. And their whole life, they're like, what? This is the soundtrack of our nation, of our life, of our childhood. We've been listening to Rodriguez for years thinking he's dead. You're telling us he's alive? Like, yeah, he's in America. He's alive. He just never knew that his songs were this impactful. We're going to do a one-day show. We're going to bring him back to South Africa for a one-day performance. And people are like, no fucking way. There's no way this dead guy that we've believed to be dead all these years is going to come and perform. No way. So, dude, just out of intrigue, it sold thousands of tickets. The whole nation was there to see this one night show, to even see if it was real, because no one believed that Rodriguez was alive. And he went out there, he performed, and it was a full circle, beautiful moment of his music did, in fact, become impactful just to a different group of people. And the whole documentary tells the story of Rodriguez, and you have to imagine from their perspective, wait a second, Rodriguez is going to perform? No fucking way. For us to see Mike Tyson fight again after all these years, we grew up watching this guy punch out. Broadway shows, documentaries, cartoons, movies. Mike Tyson is fighting this weekend? It's like Rodriguez performing again. That's like Michael Jordan saying, you know what? I'm coming back, guys. Get the fuck out. Put it in perspective. It's amazing. The end.